Sorry for being so late. Oh. Very good morning. Thank you for checking in with us, guys. It's a beautiful day. Morning, Stefan. Good morning, Ardis. Nice to see you guys, man. Look, is he just doing one more thing? Like, I haven't even had coffee. Felt like what we talked about earlier this week. Wasting time. I felt like making coffee this morning, having coffee before I was done with all the stuff I needed to do till we could go live. It felt like a waste of time. So I only just now had it. It's on. Right one, so we put it on. Before we get into the nitty-gritty stuff of this episode, it's on now. Find it now. It's frozen. Beautiful stuff. See if I can get this on and start talking to you. All our stuff. Sitting with quite a slow PC today. But we are getting there, Just give me 1 second. Well, obviously more than a second, and I need to put this music softer. I'm realizing still it is very loud. Here we go. Take this. Who else is here? Let me check quickly. Yeah. Happy Friday, says Stefan Gous. Today is my last exam for the year. Man, that is great news. Well done, Ardis. Good luck with your final exam, man. Oh, it's gonna go well. Nothing to stress about, eh? Here's what I want to put on, guys. Close off our week of the theme that we've been talking about, the series that we've had. Monday started with today is the day. Tuesday, it was you will never have this day again. Wednesday, it was stop wasting time. And yesterday, it was no excuses, no more excuses. So today we close off the series talking about what you see in front of you, which is the basis of success. We're happy with what you have while working for what you want. Just give it your best. You cannot go wrong. Exactly. Writing at 12 o'clock. Good luck, man. Like I say, guys, this is the basis. Let me get that. And get that a little bit softer. We do like the music, but it's a little bit overpowering. So once again, for the final time, good morning. Be happy with what you have while working what you want. That is the basis of success in the stuff that we are talking about today. See, I'm all dressed up, my collared shirt on, jeans on, my fancy shoes. So yeah, today was our meeting that I had in the morning. It was a good meeting, I can tell you guys that. And I have no light in here. Just give me a second, guys. I'm realizing it's very dark. That should be a lot better. That is much better. More light. And this plastic chair and this little piece of carpet that I have in the back here is sliding around. So let's get right into it. Like we saw there, be happy with what you want while you work. Be happy with what you have while working for what you want. So that continues the theme that we've been talking about the whole week. Fancy, yes, very dark. Can't see your dimples. Nice, Stefan. All right, much better, he says. Let me do this extra light thing as well. Put the torch on, set it over there, and then we at least have an additional light source on me. Okay? Not that I want to shine on all the light on me. The light should be shone on you guys. It should still break that darkness that we spoke about this week. So now I'm going to get right into it. I'll speak about these things. We've been carrying on the whole week, basis of what we've been doing this whole week, and the ending of it, closing of this chapter, is going to be success. Succeed is the main theme for today. It's the main discussion. It is the closing off of this week. It's the culmination of everything that we've been talking about this week. And I love that we got to this part. I love it because all those little things in the background, all those little things we spoke about, they all come down to this. It's like, to make a really stupid example, but it's that whole Marvel Cinematic Universe, all 23 odd movies that lead up to that one big finale. And that is what I wanted to get to. So Justin Brooks says, "You late. Won't be on us, it will come from us." Yeah. Light won't be on. Yeah, exactly. The light will come from you. Exactly. I know I'm late, Justin. I'm sorry, man. Guys, I had a meeting this morning to re-sign one of the deals that I did 6 months ago that's never been approved. Phones have been installed, and the client's been using it. They were having endless issues. We swapped out the phones literally a week ago and gave them a week to test the new phones, the brand new phones, a new supplier. It's been working so well that they were quite happy to finally sign off the contract and get the payout done, which hopefully will be sometime next week. So, I mean, semantics, but it finally happened because we kept on believing in it and we succeeded. That is the whole theme for today. It's not because of my deal, but the deal is the reason why I'm late. I had to meet the guys there at 8 o'clock and we signed everything off. And I came back home. I wasn't with my wife. I didn't have the car. She went to work early this morning. She had to pick up another guy. So I couldn't take the car today. So I walked home from the client and I got here. And as soon as I could, I went live. So I'm here with you guys. So let's continue our motivational episode here. So with a raise of hands, and I know I can't see it, but just raise it for yourself. How many of you did not succeed or did not go for something because it was hard? Think about it. Raise your hand to yourself. Just think about how many of you have not succeeded or have not done something because you felt it was too hard. It was just too hard to succeed in doing that. Once you realize that, don't you guys wish he would just keep talking the whole day? I love the series more than the Game of Thrones. Oh, Stefan, what a guy. But no, seriously. Okay, I'm gonna stop reading comments for a little while so we can get through this, okay? Not that I want to. I will get back to all your comments, I promise you. But now, you've raised your hand because there's something in your life that you haven't done because it seemed hard. It felt like it was too hard to do. And you just didn't do it. But that does not mean that you failed. Not entirely. And I'm going to tell you why. Because most of the time, We are scared to win, or we are scared to take it on. We are scared of the failure. We are scared and afraid to take responsibility for the failures. Because like we said earlier this week, you have only yourself to blame. And that is where you become afraid to take responsibility. You're afraid to blame yourself because you are the one that made you not succeed. And it's a very, very thin line. And it's so easy to give up. But failure is not the end. Failure, and I said this, I think a while ago, I said in one of my motivational videos that failure is not fatal. Success is not final. So don't stop when you're tired, stop when you're done. And the point of this is as well, is that even if you fail, then the only way to fail is to stop trying. And you must remember that failure is, or giving up, that is forever. Failure is not forever. Failure is temporary. You can still get up and get it done. But giving up, that is final. That is it. If you give up, there's no turning back. But failure is not final. Just because you failed once, just because you failed twice, or 1,000 times, or 2,000 times. Remember how many experiments I think it was Thomas Edison that invented the light bulb? I'm trying to make a motivational video and I can't even remember the people's names, but Thomas Edison that invented the light bulb, I think he was turned down and he failed about 1,000 times to do anything of significance, and then on the 1,001st attempt, he invented the light bulb. All those little failures in the background just taught him how to do it better the next time, and better until he perfected it. Perfection equals paralysis. Because you get into that zone, and then it's like you're doing it. It's almost like persistence, because you're persistent in it. You eventually end up doing it like it's muscle memory. You're doing it without even thinking about it. But when things hurt, when we try and we fail, when things hurt, you can either become wounded or you can become wise, because you learn from your failure. Think about this. If ever you felt in your life that things are going against you and that is making you not succeed, you are not succeeding because things are against you. The world is against you. Your family, the people around you, your friends, your haters, your peers, everyone is against you. Think about this for a second. The aeroplane that flies thousands and thousands of miles every single day takes off against the wind. Just think about that. That carries hundreds of people to destinations across the world, which is one of the most marvelous things we've ever invented as the human species, flies against and takes off against the wind. So don't blame things against you. You should never be blaming things against you, guys. Failure is just a test. It's just testing you to learn, to grow, to do it better next time. Just think about what I said about failure not being permanent and giving up actually being forever. Think about that and then realize that when you have a baby and you are teaching or guiding, the baby teaches itself. But when you are guiding that baby to walk, when the baby teaches himself or herself to walk, when they are learning that valuable life skill, and they fall down and they fall down and they fall down, but still every single time they get up and they try again, and they fall down and they get up and they try again. They never once have I ever heard of a baby that falls when they walk, when they start walking, when they're trying to walk. Never once have I heard a baby that has said or has thought to himself or has had the feeling that I keep falling, this walking thing is not for me, I'm just gonna sit down and give up. Not once. So why do we give up? Why? Just think about how amazing that is. The baby with Dorano 19819. Please stop it with those comments. But anyway, thanks, Guy. We're not buying followers. Guys, just think about that beautiful thing. It sounds so insignificant, but think about how major it is. That baby never ever sits down and says, this walking thing is not for me. I'm just gonna chill. I'm not gonna walk. Walking is not working for me. I'm gonna give up. Because clearly I can't do it. Never once. If we can have that mentality and that resolve and then that willpower to never give up, anything is possible. Albert Einstein failed his grade 4 math exam and learned from it, graduated at 17. Exactly. Just by the way, guys, I graduated at 17 as well, but it's not a competition, Mr. Einstein. Just saying. So, think about that baby. Think about how if you want to succeed, if you think like that baby, because you know you have to, you can, you will, you must learn to walk. Everything in your life, if you want success, it should be like learning to walk. Because every failure that you go through teaches you another step. Every failure, every falling down on your ass when you're trying to walk, it teaches you another lesson. It teaches you another step to get up next time, hold on to something, and eventually let go of whatever you're holding on to and succeed by yourself. How amazing is that? That is the basis of our mind. The one thing that we should think about is how a baby does it when they learn to walk. What's up? Goeie Vrydag, Ivan Taljaard. What's up, man? Guys, just think about these things. If you are, and this is a point I'm trying to make as well, is if you're comfortable, you are not successful. If you think about success and where you want to go, where you want to be in 10 years, if you ask yourself, where am I going to be in my life, in my business, in my relationship, in 5 years from now, or 10 years from now, going back to yesterday's conversation, making yourself your own personal hero, your future self, your 10 years from now, 5 years from now self, making that person your hero. If you think about where you are going to be in that time, it is your choice. It is because you decide it. You will get there only because you choose it. Not because someone else said so. Not because someone else gives it to you. If you want to succeed, you have to decide where you want to be in your life, your career, your relationship. You have to decide it for yourself, and that comes with the work that you're going to put in. Once you decide, you will know what you're going to work on. And once you fail every time, you are going to learn. That is the best way to learn, is to keep failing and keep trying and keep doing it over and over again. Only way I learned how to swim, got thrown in the deep end. Figure it out for yourself. Sounds harsh, but the baby birds out there get thrown out of their nest, fly. That's how you learn how to fly. Those babies don't have instructions. They don't have someone holding their wings for them. Those baby birds get thrown out of the nest at a very young age, and it's instinct that kicks in and helps them to fly. Because they have to succeed. They can because they have the wings. They will because they can, and they must because if they can't, they fall to the ground and die. And some of them do. And that happens to all of us as well. Some of us fall on the ground. Out of the nest. We fall. We can get up. And that's why I'm saying, if you are comfortable where you are, then you are not successful. Comfort is not success. You can be in a comfort zone where you can be really happy in your career, in your relationship. But that is not success. That is not being successful. You are just comfortable. You are sitting in a place where you feel like everything is already yours. You should have that future self. You should have that 10 years from now you, that 5 years from now you, that is your hero, that you are striving towards continuously every day. You should know 10 years from now. Because in a year's time, it's not going to be 9 years from now, that's who I want to be. And in 2 years, it's not going to be in 8 years from now, it's going to be every single day. It is in 10 years from now, that is the person I want to be. The me from 10 years ago, that is who I want to be. So keep that in your mind every single day when you wake up. Wake up. I can, I will, I must. Make your bed. Stop wasting time. Remember, today could be your last day. Say the things you want to say. Succeed by doing what you have to do today. Stop wasting the time. No more excuses, and succeed. Think about that. Okay? It's either you win or you learn. Do not look at failure as a loss. Do not. Failure is a lesson. Don't think that because you failed or you think you failed, that is it. Failure is a lesson. So you either win or you learn. That is one of the most important things to remember. When you win, strive for something new. Carry on. Don't stop because you're tired or you're done even. Don't ever stop. Carry on. Never look at failure as a loss, guys. It's a point I'm going to be pushing a lot of time, because you might think that you have fallen down, you have failed, there's nothing left for you. But that is the point that we are making, is no matter how many times you fail, only when you give up is when you actually fail. That is the only way to fail, is to give up, to stop trying. No one is destined to be great. Really, no one is born to be great. You have dreams and goals, and that determines how hard you're going to work, and that hard work determines if you are going to succeed or not. How hard you work is how quickly you are going to succeed. So if you don't make it first try, on the 100th try, on the 1000th try, just learn from it and keep going. And remember that confidence is a big thing. Because a lot of the time we want to do things, but you're not confident enough. Because maybe once we tried it when we were not ready to try it, we tried it and we failed, we fell down on the ground, and we were not ready to try it again, ever, because now you're not confident about that. But you need to be. This whole week we've been pushing out this point that the human spirit is unbreakable. It is this immensely strong thing, your human spirit. And if you can build that up, build up your confidence, know how confident you can be, and you know that your confidence is key, because perception is reality. How people see what you do makes it true about you. How you see yourself is what becomes your truth. If you see yourself as a failure continuously, then you will remain a failure. But if you see yourself as a winner, get in front of the mirror and tell yourself, I am a winner. I can succeed. I can, I will, I must. And once you build up that confidence to tell it to yourself all the time, keep telling it to yourself every single day until you are ready to tell it to the world and show them that you are a winner. Perception is reality. Do you guys know that 87% of people fear success? 87% of people actually fear succeeding in something, and that is why they don't take it on. They are not afraid of the hard work, determination that goes in it, or even to fail. 87% of people are afraid of the success, what happens on the other side once you succeed. And that brings me back to a point that I made a while ago about a dog chasing a car. Do you think the dog, any dog, ever fears the success of actually catching that car? But because what is he going to do with it? He doesn't know, but he's going for it. He keeps going for it. So don't let your fear of failure outweigh your desire to succeed. That is very, very important. Your desire to succeed, your drive forward, your willingness to have it, wanting it as much as you want to breathe or need to breathe. Don't let that be outweighed by your fear for success, or your fear of failure even. Don't let it be outweighed by that. Because your fear should never be stronger than your desire. If you let it be outweighed, you're never going to reach it. Your desire should be, like I said yesterday, your desire should be, your hunger should be to such a point that you want something as much as you need to breathe. See, Vanessa Bota, my mother, hello Ali. Justin Brooks says, only thing on my mind is getting through the day without breaking my boss in half. Yes. Nice one, Justin. Just remember as well that failure is required and success is optional. Success is not guaranteed, it's optional. And failure is required. You need to fail. You need to fail to succeed. You need to go through the pain to succeed. Just remember that successful people are not without without failure. In fact, guys, if you really think about it, successful people fail much more than they actually succeed. Successful people go through failure a lot more than us every single day. Because everything they take on does not come naturally. It does not come from a mysterious place. Everything they do comes from hard work. Successful people fail all the time. They need to fail to learn to go forward. The lessons learned from failure. I'm saying now, if you learn from it, if you learning those lessons from failure, it's much more than the lessons you learn from success. So keep that in mind about the successful people. Like we said with wasting time, they don't have more hours in their day than you. They just spend it better than you. They're not wasting all this time. Success is about all the points we've spoken about this week. Getting up and realizing today is the day. Realizing that today you will never have this day again. Not wasting time, no more excuses, and succeeding is because of all these points. Each one from Monday, following it, going through every day, saying to yourself, this is it. This is the day. No more excuses, no more wasting time. Using those 6 or 7 hours in your day that you don't need to sleep, you don't need to work, you don't need to spend with anyone, using those hours to do something good, make an impact, make difference instead of just making a living. Let me here. Hello man, are you from Ireland or Scotland? Says Nubinitz. What up CJ? Says Sven Maynard. Nubinitz, my grandfather originally used to be from Scotland. William Castling. I'm from Johannesburg, South Africa, man. Fireboy checking in there as well, saying hello. Oh, I just missed coffee. Oh, great. Sorry about that. Yes, so that's what I'm saying. There is no fear needed for success. You need to want it as much as you want to breathe. Hey, what's up, the best tape? Success is optional. Failure is... Don't keep seeing yourself as a failure. That's why I keep saying, guys, perception is reality. So stop seeing yourself. If you keep seeing yourself as a failure, you will continue to fail. If you see yourself as a winner, if you build up your own confidence to know that you are a winner, you will win. No retreat, no surrender. And there's a song by favorite band, the whole world, and I'm so sad that Chester Bennington passed away. I have a tattoo of them here on my back, because Linkin Park was the only band that helped me through my father's passing. The only people. They were not even there. They didn't even know about me. But they were the only people that helped me through my father's passing. Chester Bennington's words in his songs always inspired me so much, and it resonated with me because it was like I could feel his pain through his lyrics. And it was always so important. But there's a song that Mike Shinoda made with Fort Minor that had the lyrics 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason. Remember the name. Think about that. Just think about it. Just remember those words. Sorry, I'm reading your comments here, Newbie Nuts. Thanks, man. It is, he was a good one. The song from Fort Minor. I mean, it's not even about, it's about success to some extent, because all he wanted to do was get on the mic and let people hear his voice. So in a sense, it's about success. But if you look at it, if you look at these lyrics closely, 10% luck. Now, in the videos this week, I've told you guys that I don't believe in luck. I don't believe in coincidence. I believe in what we make for ourselves. But still, the lyrics are here. 10% luck, 20% skill, only 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will. So that 15%, those short bursts of energy that you put into everything that you do. 5% pleasure, 50% pain. Now this is the most important line for me, is 5% pleasure, 50% pain. Yesterday I spoke to you guys about that short-term pain, long-term pleasure, instead of what we want now, that quick fix with long pain. 5% pleasure, 50% pain. So it takes all that pain to get that pleasure. 5% pleasure to make through it. Then the very last line, that is the most important line to me, because you can translate it, or you can perceive it as all these lyrics count up, and I don't think they even count up. I haven't counted it properly yet, but I think it counts up to 100% exactly. It actually does. I quickly counted it now. 5, 15, 20, 10. It's exactly 50%. So that's the other 50% of the 50% pain, obviously getting you to 100, but counting it up now, and guys, you can perceive it as those percentages count up to 100% of what this next line should be, or you can perceive it as, let me read out the line first. It's 100% reason to remember the name, and let that twirl around in your mind for a while. 100% reason to remember your name, your legacy that you leave behind, the impact that you make, the difference you make on the world around you. Not making a living, but making a fucking difference to others. So you can perceive it as it counts up the other 50% and the 20% and the 15%. It all gets to 100%, because all those things are what's going to determine what your 100% is of people remembering your name. Or you can determine it this way, or interpret it this way, that 100% reason to remember your name is the only thing you should concentrate your time on. It is the only thing you should be working on. Your legacy, your success is the only fucking thing you should be working on. Not blaming others, not wasting time. Getting up and getting it the fuck done today. That is what you should be focusing on. And that is the most beautiful line to me. If you think about that, if you take that into consideration, that all these things, 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain. Pain. The pain is the most in this equation because going for success means shitloads of pain. It means you will get beaten down and you will get held down and the world will try keep you down. Everyone around you will try and keep you down, beat you senseless to keep you away from your success. That is the most in the equation, is the pain. See if you can fight through that pain. If you can make it out on the other side, if you can fight through the darkness to see the light on the other side, however little light there is, it breaks the darkness. It is that 100% that you make through on the other side of this fucking tunnel you're going through. I get really, really passionate about this. And if you guys hear me swearing every now and then, I'm not even going to apologize for it. Because I get passionate about it, and I get excited and serious about it. It is like that. It is like I said yesterday, right fucking now is when it should be done. Not tomorrow or the next day or next week. Not say, oh, it's like Friday. I'm going to be partying this weekend, so I'm going to start my gym session on Monday. Or I'm going to start my diet on Monday. Ridiculous, man. Start it today. Get to it. 20% skill. Let me go through them point by point. 10% luck, guys. As I said, I don't believe in luck. I take that 10% and I interpret it as 10% opportunity. 10% opportunity that is put to you. And opportunity only presents itself to you if you open up yourself to opportunity. If you give yourself the best chance for success, for opportunity, then it'll open itself to you. It doesn't come to you. Opportunity doesn't come to you, but it presents itself to you. You still have to take that opportunity. So that 10% luck, I interpret as 10% opportunity. Dit is harde sê, dankie oom. My boodskappe gaan nou sê vir later met lam vir toets. Good luck, Hardes. Good luck, man. I know you can do it. Thanks, Frans. Really appreciate it, man. Your comment as well. Guys, so 10% opportunity. Then it's 20% skill. Because you can be the smartest, the most knowing, the best at this field that you can be. That's not going to make you succeed. It's only 20% skill. It's only... And I think the reason that it's only 20% skill is because you learn as you go along anyway. The only way to learn is to fail and fail and fail and keep learning from it. Because if you're just going to succeed, you're not going to learn shit. And then 15% concentrated power of will. Your power of will is one of the most important emotions and feelings that you could have. Willpower. I can, I will, I must. Will is right in there. So willpower is important. But you need only 15% concentrated power of will. Because if you concentrate that power of will on your end goal, not the journey, not the hard work, not the fucking pain you go through, then you will make it. You concentrate that willpower on where you actually want to go. Who you want to be, that 10 years from now you that you want to be, that goal that you have, that 15% concentrated power of will is what you put towards that. Your goal, your end, the win line, or the wenstreep man. That is where you put it towards. 15% concentrated power of will towards your goal. Put it towards the right direction. Don't put it in front of you in what you are doing right now. Do what you do now just by learning from it. Learn from every single thing you do. And 5% pleasure, I think throughout your journey, throughout your hardship in reaching your goal, in succeeding, you will have very little pleasure. That is why the pleasure part in here is the smallest amount. It is only 5% pleasure. Because you cannot see the pleasure. You cannot know the pleasure that you will have when you reach your goal. It is only 5% now because in between you have short bursts of little bit of pleasure, of excitement, of calm while you are working for this goal. Only 5%. But it should be like that. It should be. And you guys are probably looking at me saying, are you fucking nuts? How can we just have pain for a year or 3 years while we busy reaching our goal? That is the problem. That is why not everyone reaches it, because they are afraid of not having pleasure all the time. Not being happy all the time. Instead of working hard, and that end goal will give you more happiness than you can ever spend in your own life. 5% pleasure. That is all you will have while you're going, reaching, working for your dreams and goals. While you're grinding away, making it happen. And then the last one there, 50% pain. We realize that the 50% pain is the most in these lyrics. And I'm once again, I'm saying I interpret this the way that I see it. This might not be the true interpretation of what everything is, but I think these are brilliant values. These are brilliant figures that I can work with to explain to you guys what I see out of it, what I see out of success. Because 50% pain, you will have pain all the time, most of the time. It is hard work. It is determination. It is sleepless nights. It is sacrifice. That's sacrifice. And remember earlier in this week, we talked about walking away from that toxic relationship or that job that doesn't benefit your life, that pulls you down, that is not adding value to you. That one thing that you are walking away from that is really hard to do is already 50% of everything in your life. Just think about it. That job is 50% of your time. A lot of the time it's more. Sometimes in weird cases it's less. But it's 50% of your time. That relationship is 50% of your time. It's all this pain that you carry around with you every day that is holding you back from succeeding. But remember that you are the one holding yourself back. You are the one that owes you everything. So push through that pain. Destroy it. Destroy the light, the darkness, that little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. Break the darkness. Work through the pain. And when you get out on the other side, the 100% reason to remember the name. A 100% reason to remember the name. That is the legacy. That is the dream. Goal. The 100% reason is everything that you put in. Big crap, all my comments just refreshed. Hold a second. Thanks, Frans. The harder I work, the more I seem to have woorde. That's creating opportunity. That's opening yourself up for opportunity, Frans. The harder you work, the luckier you get. The more you open yourself for opportunity. That is 10%. 100% reason to remember the name is the most important line to me, because that is your legacy. That is what you leave behind. That is what all these other things, yes, count up to. But it's also a separate entity. It's also a separate feeling altogether. You have given people 100% reason to remember your name. Because you have made a difference. You have made an impact. You have not wasted time on meaningless things in this life. You have made difference. Not just made a living. You guys know that I tell this story just before I sign off. I tell this very interesting story, and it's not about me. It's about Sylvester Stallone. And it gets me quite worked up when I read this, and when I read this the first time, and when I went into this and I wanted to know more, it gets me quite worked up. But do you guys know that Sylvester Stallone lived in a bus stop, homeless, for 3 weeks before the script of Rocky was sold? In fact, while he was busy working on the script of Rocky, he at one stage had to sell his dog because the electricity was put off in his apartment, in his little flat. They put the electricity off because he hasn't paid. And he had to go and sell his dog for $25 to pay the electricity, to keep the lights on, and keep working on that script of Rocky. He was turned down by talent scouts over 1,500 times. He was turned down. And they said, you cannot do it. You will not do it. You will never be an actor. You are not good enough. 1,500 times. And then he took the script in for Rocky. And I mean, Rocky, you know, there's been like 6 movies of them, and it's split off into Creed. Guys, when he sold that script, you know what the very first thing is that he did? He went and he bought his dog back. That's not stepping on someone for your success. That is not using someone for your success. But it's because of his dog that he could succeed. That he could keep the lights on and keep writing that script for Rocky. And that it was such a brilliant movie when it first came out. That is what made Sylvester Stallone successful. Is that one thing, that one piece of determination. He had everything there. Let me open this again so I can go through it. So he had, let's talk about the 10% opportunity. It was there. There was opportunity for scripts in Hollywood. There was opportunity for a story to be told, and he wanted to tell it. 20% skill. His skill at that stage was only his determination. And writing that script, the knowledge that he got from other movies, from watching other movies. The 15% concentrated power of will. Physically selling his dog that he loved with all his heart, that he sold to be able to put on the lights again and finish the script and sell it so that he can buy his dog back. 5% pleasure, so little pleasure. Just being in a place where he can sleep, being in his own apartment, that's the only pleasure he had. Everything else was pain. 50% pain. Being embarrassed about not being able to pay your rent, not being able to pay your electricity, and it was put off. Selling your dog that you love with all your heart. Living in a bus stop homeless for 3 weeks. 50% pain. And then 100% reason to remember your name. Not giving up throughout that whole process, counting it up to 100%, selling that script, and getting back the dog that made it possible. The dog that made it possible. The $25 dog that made it possible for him to make a success of his life. Because he did it. He fought through it. He worked his freaking ass off and he got through it. He lived in a bus stop. And what does he have to show for it today? Who is complaining about being homeless? Who is complaining about having nothing? Do you think all these things around us mean shit? They don't. These things around us, my TV, my laptop, my phone, does not determine success. They are earthly things. They do not determine success. What you have in here, what you leave out there, that is what determines success. When you make a difference, when you leave an impact on this world, that is what determines success. Nothing else. None of these earthly things. Living in a comfortable place? Fuck it. He lived in a bus stop for 3 weeks. And yes, he's successful now. He can buy mansions all over the place, but it doesn't matter because he came from there. He did not let that hardship, that 50% pain, he did not let that overwhelm his determination for success. He did not let the fear of failure overwhelm his determination for success. And he succeeded. We spoke about Arnold Schwarzenegger the last couple of days as well, being 20 years old, winning his first Mr. Universe title, the youngest person ever to win the Mr. Universe title. He's 20 years old in London. Wow. That is success. And that is, it doesn't even stop there. Just remember that it does not stop with that success. Arnold Schwarzenegger did not stop with that and say, hey, I'm 20. I won the Mr. Universe. Cool. Can sit down, do nothing. He kept on working. He kept on going to acting classes from 8 o'clock until midnight every single day for years on end. And he kept on trying to get movies, and he kept on trying to get movies. I think his very first movie was Hercules in New York or something. Go and watch that. Go and see how crap it is, guys. Go and see what the monumental failure that movie was. Not because of Arnold, not because of his accent or his body type. And it was highly scrutinized in Hollywood at that stage. They said to him, your accent doesn't work for movies. Your body type doesn't work for movies. You're too big. You look like a freaking machine. What are we going to cast you in? And he had a couple of movies after that and a couple of almost documentaries about bodybuilding and that stuff. It wasn't very big. And then he got cast as Conan the Barbarian. And when Conan the Barbarian wrapped up filming, the director still said, you know what, if we didn't have Arnold, we would have had to build one. So suddenly, his body became an asset. Suddenly, what they scrutinized in Hollywood, what they told him was something that works against him, actually worked for him. If they didn't have that body, they would have had to build one. If they didn't have Arnold Schwarzenegger as part of Conan the Barbarian, then they would have had to build one. It would have taken them longer to film, and it probably wouldn't have been so good. Then it was an asset. Then he proved to the world that he can do it. That hard work and determination got him through the time when everyone told him, you cannot do it, it's impossible, there's no place for you here. And he made place for himself. Made it. Then after that he got the role of the Terminator, and James Cameron afterwards said, you know what, if we didn't have someone with Arnold's voice that can sound like a robot when he's talking, the movie probably wouldn't have worked. James Cameron said that Terminator probably wouldn't have worked if they did not cast Arnold Schwarzenegger. Do you realize how fucking insane that is? That the director says the movie probably wouldn't have worked if we had anyone else in this role. And we see it all over the place. We see it how movies fail because of one actor, but still. Then his voice became an asset. His accent, the thing that they scrutinized him for all these years, saying, you can never do it, there's no place for you in Hollywood. Suddenly there was a place. And Terminator was a huge success. And he went on, and many years later, Arnold said, oh, I'm not from this country, I cannot run for president, but I want to aim a little bit higher, so I want to be governor of the biggest state in America, California. Once again, they told him, nope, you cannot do it. You are not from America. You cannot be a senator. You cannot do it. What happened? Even if just for one term, Arnold Schwarzenegger was the governor of freaking California. Because hard work and determination will get you there. Guys, to sign off today, to finish the story off, think about these stories. Think about what you say to yourself in the mirror every single day to encourage yourself, to motivate yourself. Because you, everyone else out there, You are the ones owing yourself everything. No one else can hold you down. No one else is to blame for your failures. Only you. And you are the only one that can succeed in your life. So finishing off today, signing off, I want to remind you guys that this whole week, today is the day. We'll never have this day again. But let's say, today is today. Make the change. Stop sitting down. Make the change today and live your life. You'll never have this day again. So remember that. When it's done, it's done. You can never have this time back. Stop wasting time. When you waste time, you are pushing your goals and your dreams further and further away. You are learning nothing. It's almost like giving up and not actually trying. Is wasting time. Number 4, yesterday's topic. No more excuses. Stop blaming others for your failures, for your mistakes. Get up there and do it. No more excuses. There is no excuse. And today's the topic, success. Succeed. Succeed in everything you do. Because you can. No one can tell you you can't. And if they do, all you should hear is, I can. When they say impossible, all you hear is, it is possible. When they say it's never been done, you haven't tried yet. Have fun with those thoughts. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend, guys. I love all of you to bits. I will see you guys again on Monday morning for a brand new series of motivation. Thank you so much for checking in. I really appreciate each and every one of you. Love you guys. See you Monday. Cheers.